mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego political, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die political, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my ego.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today, Mayegun today. Oh, wahala wow. If they tell you say wahala no day, well, I am here to tell you that wahala day, gidigan. We'll take them in. We'll take them apart tonight. Share the broadcast. Godfather is in. Thank you very much. Tell them. Now, the people that did this to you are suddenly caring about you. The joke, just October 2020. Thank you very much. Also, in fact, let's start. Okay. Share the broadcast, like it, subscribe, do all you have to do. Read the caption, read the description, okay? And sit back, relax, and let's start, okay? The first part of this chart has to do with a new republic that is about to emerge inside the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's going to be called the Federal Republic of Kaduna. And the president of that republic will be no other person than the little Hitler, the Kaduna little finger, El-Rufai. You see, this fuel scarcity, Naira scarcity, and the sudden love for the people by the APC, Tinubu faction, we need to trace it back a little bit. Okay? These guys are making you believe that they are concerned about you when it comes to this Naira swap or Naira change and the rest of that. Okay? And with the battle between them right now, as much as they are trying to dance around the real person, the real weary behind the whole thing, Buhari, they have decided to bring the entire house down. Let's start with the Supreme Court. Their Supreme Court that gave a judgment to Robert Stampelawan, somebody who didn't contest any primary elections, and he was declared winner because of the technical error made by the legal team of the real winner. That's the Supreme Court. Well, Buhari, Emefiole, they came together, put an idea together, called it policy. And they said they were changing Nigeria Naira. This guy didn't say PIM for 3 straight months. Right? Then suddenly they realized, come on, this is targeted at us. How are we going to dispose of all this stashed cash that we have? So they then shifted onto your side, avoided Buhari, then they jumped straight to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court that has no real jurisdiction over this. The Supreme Court now gave the order that February 10, which is just about 2 days away, the CBN gave as the deadline of exchanging the old Naira notes with the new Naira notes. And then if you have old Naira notes, it will become illegal to spend it. Nobody will collect it from you anymore. Why? So they went to the Supreme Court that the Supreme Court should compel Emefiole to extend the day, to extend the deadline indefinitely, like forever. Let the old note and the new note coexist. Let people spend them together. But the intention is not actually because of the poor people that are not going to get their money changed due to the underdevelopment of Nigeria by these rogues that continue to brag every now and then of building ultra-modern this, ultra-modern that. But today, it is now obvious that 90% of Nigeria is underdeveloped because of this money-changing issue. Abi? So they went to the to the Supreme Court. They left the High Court, which is the one that can only interpret. It can't even order central bank. No court can order central bank to do anything according to your law. No court. What court can do is to interpret the process, or the the way the process is being handled. Though. But when the policy is policy, right? You can't. Anyway, they went to the Supreme Court, where Lawan got the same judgment for the cabals. So El-Rufai, with confidence, he now went back to Kaduna to tell the people of Kaduna, listen, remember that changing of money in Nigeria can never be done without the approval of the president. They asked Buhari about these money changes, and he said there is no going back on it. Yeah, but El-Rufai, Tinubu, and the rest, they continue to pretend that they can't publicly mention Buhari. So the battle is now between APC versus APC. But they need you because guess what? Like everything in the past, you have always been the most suffering victims of them. All you have been the victims. But they never cared. But this particular one will cost them election, as they said. And it seems to be working. Oh. Let me tell you something. There is a poll called the Stears Poll. The reason why the desperation is taking new turn, and it's going to continue to twist and twist until they will push for the postponement of your election. Yeah, that is also in the pipeline. Supreme Court will first give this mad, confusing judgment soon, and that will add to further confusion, okay? And after that, the same Supreme Court is going to say, postpone the election. Are you with me? That will be the beginning. But here is how they are shooting themselves in the foot. They sat back all this while, and even till now, they continue to praise Buhari to his face. Why the country bleed, okay? But instead of them to be righteous and honest about it, yeah? No, they have to milk it. So what have they done? The Supreme Court has now given a temporary injunction, which now says the old Naira note should exist until 15th of February, when they will now read the case brought by the APC governors led by El-Rufai. So they will now determine the case and all of that, then they will now rule. Okay, but for now, it's not going to end. So the confusion is here. Central Bank says on the 10th, Supreme Court of El-Rufai said on the 15th, Justice something Okoro. You won't believe it. If you begin to hear the names of the criminal justices that are doing all of this in the Supreme Court, it will shock you, but it is Nigeria. Here you get. Now, the problem is this. Immediately, El-Rufai returned back to Kaduna. He told the Kaduna people, don't worry yourselves anymore. Don't take your money to the bank. Forget it. Keep your money. Don't worry about any other or anything. Forget. That is telling the people of Kaduna that he, Kaduna governor, who has no jurisdiction when it comes to currency and money, no matter how much you pretend to be ignorant, okay? This is part of the problem. All power belongs to federal government. Sure you get. Everybody just exists for the same, at the mercy of the federal government. Whoever is the federal government, everyone else exists at their mercy. That's why they want to kill themselves. For who control that federal government? But El-Rufai, deceiving his own people, misleading them, he went back to Kaduna, and he told them, keep all your money. Don't worry again, okay? You will keep your money for as long as you want, because after this February, once Asiwaju is elected, it will reverse all of this nonsense. What does that tell you? The fear of Buhari and gang. Tinubu is going to deal them a big blow that they are likely not going to be able to handle. They don't trust him. That's the problem. And you can see it in all of their act and all of that. But politics is mad. Politics is here where they go. Sure you get, as they say, it's about their interest. And 24 hours in politics, Baba, be lifetime, very long time. But as of today, the whole internal lies, denier, the internal bickering, the internal wahala, the internal sabotage between themselves is about to become the sabotage of the entire Nigeria. And I'm actually here to witness it. El-Rufai said what they are trying to do to Tinubu to stop him inside the APC can bring down Nigeria. It is beginning to make sense. He went back to Kaduna and he told them, don't listen to Buhari, don't listen to Emefiole. We are just counting days. The next few days now, Asiwaju will become the president-elect. So everything Buhari has done and is doing, we will wipe everything away. And that's the worst fear of Buhari. They want continuity. So if anybody tells you that 2023 election is sorted, I am here to tell you that you might be preparing for election. These guys are not preparing for one. They are preparing for war. Because if APC should lose power, not to PDP, but to somebody like Peter Obi, you can only imagine the level of calamity that is upon these guys, and they fear that more than anything. So they will bring down the whole house, and I'll show you. This is not me. The desperation and the reason why a lot of them will never stop talking about Obi this, Obi that, and the rest is that, forget social media. Are you with me? Things are occurring back in Nigeria. And that is what is forcing the hands of the Tinubu and gang. They are desperate now. This is something they never ever planned for. And should I tell you something? From what they are reporting back from that their own street in communities all over Nigeria right now, if they should hold that your election tomorrow, Atiku is no longer in the picture. No matter what they are creating out there. And their real worry is that if the entire establishment is going to collapse, and at the end of the day, for the first time, they might actually be losers. I'm saying this from what is fact, obvious. You are free to live in denial. It's all right, okay? But the truth is this. The likes of El-Rufai, Tinubu and gang, they are preparing for war. And that war is not with any of you holding PVC yet. It is for those that they believe are more powerful to cause internal recce for them. The old numbers are not adding up anymore. They are not. If not, APC versus APC. APC controls the Central Bank of Nigeria. APC government approved Naira change. APC government is in charge of petroleum in Nigeria. APC government has been budgeted the trillions for subsidy payment in Nigeria. I mean, for oil subsidy payment. APC government in Nigeria is now asking, who are those holding the fuel? Where are the fuel they paid for? Didn't they pay subsidy? Didn't they budget for that subsidy? Did they not borrow money to pay for it? Where is the fuel they pay? They used your money to pay subsidy for in 2022. So they are now agreeing that because of this internal sabotage, they call the wreck of Nigeria internal sabotage of Tinubu. Can you believe that? It is not about you. So I want us to be very clear about that. It's not about you. Everything they are pushing is not about you. Let us be very clear. They said that you not having access to Naira, having access to fuel is deliberate. Deliberately done by APC, Buhari and Emefiole. But they don't want to mention Buhari, so they are mentioning Emefiole. And at the same time, they are saying that what you are suffering, all this hardship you are facing, all this struggle, and in whatever you are facing right now, they believe that it is being done because they want you to hate APC. They want you not to support APC. And the question is this. Is this the first time that you are actually feeling the pang of APC Egbekegbe in 7 years? Is this the first time? Is this the first time you feel like if you have a chance, if you have that singular power, you would have all these rogues picked up one by one, cuffed and jailed for all their publicly known crimes? Is this the first time you feel like that? You feel so disgusted about them? Is this the first time you feel like what they have done to Nigeria, what they have done to Nigerians, how they have divided Nigeria, how they have impoverished Nigerians, how they have terrorized Nigerians in 7.5 years. Is this the first time that you're actually feeling a disgust towards APC? Is that? Of course not. So this is not them fighting for you. This is them screaming louder than you for the same pains that you have endured for 7 years, that they told you, and they called you wailing wailers. You remember? Wailing wailers. Crying criers. You remember that? Now they are wailing against one another, but guess what? The only people really wailing right now is actually Tinubu and gang. Have you not noticed? There's not seems to be much responses from Buhari and gang. They are not really responding. Have you not noticed? I'll tell you why. A poll came out and said whether they are sabotaging, whether APC is sabotaging APC, whether APC sabotaging APC is to make them hate APC and follow Peter Obi. You won't believe it. Oh, they said it in their meeting. They said Emefiole is Igbo. Because Emefiole is Igbo, Emefiole is doing all of this as a member of IPOB so that Nigerians will hate APC. Are you with me? And then they would now support Obi. A propaganda that is they are setting right now called Takia. People said that in reality, El-Rufai is going to help Tinubu. I mean, it's going to help Tinubu to be hated more by northern Nigeria as well as Buhari. You see, this next 2 weeks, they're going to say things, and very soon they are going to stop pretending, and they're going to start mentioning Buhari directly. Around that time, you yourself know that bless everything don't scatter finally. Trust me. Pay attention. It's called desperation. I'll show you something. They did the poll, and they call it Stears Poll. Okay? You see, El-Rufai said Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor. Are you with me? In fact, before I even get to that, I'll come back to that political side. Talking about when El-Rufai returned back to Kaduna, telling the people in Kaduna to keep their money and shouldn't change the money. Not telling them that El-Rufai has no say or control, but he is now telling them that the moment Tinubu comes in, it will stop and they can continue to spend, which means your new note in circulation, once Tinubu comes in, they're going to close it, cancel it, withdraw everything from it, and they're going to continue with your old note and all of that. But by then, they would have used the old note to pay and buy elections. Now, the old note is already losing value. People don't want to take them anymore. The reason why you are seeing people attacking banks here and there is because they went to the banks to make withdrawals and only for the banks to give them old note again. Same money they came in to deposit and all that, right? So, Tinubu and gang said, I mean, according to El-Rufai, sorry, he spoke in Hausa, so you may not understand all he had to say. But for record, let me play it before I get to the part where this is where he declared Kaduna Republic. This is where the treasonable statement was made. This is where El-Rufai told the people of Kaduna that whatever is going on in Nigeria, whether fuel or what have you, they should black out. It's none of their business. They should continue to trade. Even, he said, continue until we tell you not to. But he has no such power. So what that means is that billions of that same Naira in the pocket of all these individuals are never going to be swapped. But by the time the election is over, El-Rufai will be gone. They won't see him again. And then they would have to start counting their losses as well. But listen to this. If you understand Hausa is a plus for you, I'll tell you what I heard he said in this. Why? Just so you know, the guy standing next to him is called Ubasoni. That is the guy that moved the motion for the change of Naira notes on the floor of the Nigerian Senate. That guy standing next to El-Rufai in this video, Ubasani, is the APC governorship candidate in Kaduna. Now, as El-Rufai was addressing these people, right, Ubasani demand that as Old Rock used in moving the motion to change Nigeria money, is sitting back there and saying the policy is very, very, it's against the people. Their own party policy.
Ku ci gaba da hakuri ba zanga-zanga ba tashin hankali domin haka suke so. Yanzu nan na samu rahoto har hotuna ya kuma ana zanga-zanga da kone-kone a Abeokuta, ana zanga-zanga da kone-kone a jihar Ondo. Kada mu yi haka. Abin da suke so kenan mu kunyatar da su, mu zauna lafiya, amma mu rike kuɗin mu tsofaffin da sababbin kuɗi ku bar su gama nan da kwana 18 aka yi zaɓe. Bayan kwana 2 da yin zaɓe, in Allah ya yarda da su ake sai magana. Wannan sako ne daga shi kan shi Isuue Bola Tinubu, ya ce in gaya mana idan ka kada kuma ga ba tare muka yi wannan alƙawarin cewa duk wanda yake da kuɗi bayan lokacin nan ya wuce ya zo, ko local government chairman din shi ko dan majalisar shi ko government house, mu za mu ɗauki kuɗin mu je central bank, dole su ba ku kuɗi. So a gaya ma al'umma, kuma in Allah ya yarda gobe zan yi jawabi a gidan rediyo da talabijin in gaya ma al'umma jihar Kaduna abin da na gaya muku. Kun fara da ku ne don ku ne shugabanni, ku fara faɗa mutane, kuma don Allah don annabi kar a daina kasuwanci. Kasuwanci shine ran jihar nan, shine ran al'umma, yake kawo ci gaba. Kuma kun sani tun da muka zo kullum muna duba hanyar da za mu taimake ku ne kasuwancin ku ya bunƙasa. Akwai lokacin da ba ku yadda ba, kun ɗauka ma so muke mu na ƙasa ku. Amma yanzu na san kun gane abin da ke.
So that's him assuring them. Once Asiwaju becomes president, you will withdraw all of this and all that. Don't worry yourselves. We'll go on TV, if we have to go on TV, on the radio, to tell all our people to keep their money. Don't worry. Okay? To keep all of their money, old money, and they continue to spend it and all that. That is him going against the order of his own president from the same political party. That is treasonable. It is treason, especially knowing that it is actually political. It's not because of any economic theory or what have you. APC, Egbekegbe, destroyed Nigeria economy. That is a fact, okay? Which later resulted into more people, being dipped into poverty, multi-dimensional poverty. In 7.5 years, 133 million Nigerians living in multi-dimensional poverty. That's an economic ruin. This Naira change has brought even more economic ruins to Nigeria. It's confusion, Abi, isn't it? That's APC for you. They came, APC, Egbekegbe came to steal, to ruin, and to kill. That's it. They came to steal, to ruin, or to destroy, and then to kill. That's what they came to do. They've done all of this to you already. And they are doing it right now. But for political reason, this guy has committed treason. But he's one of them. Sure you get. So they have to become Omoenu Oka Ton Sheiku Paoka. And people said El-Rufai is playing Takia, something that will eventually get fat. See, here is the other part of what you have to say. I know it's in Hausa, okay? But I mean, just to fill up this this blank, I'll say.
Kuma gashi tare muke alƙawarin nan. Duk wani ɗan jihar Kaduna da ke da tsohon kuɗi daga nan zuwa shekara 4 in dai an zaɓi APC uba zai mayar masa da kuɗinsa. Zai tabbatar. so ku daina canza kuɗi kuma ku gaya ma kowa a daina kai kuɗi banki in kai sayarwa da ka karɓi tsohon kuɗin an baka ku daina cewa sai sabon kuɗi za ku karɓa kasuwancin ku zai tsaya abin da ake so kenan ku gaya ma kowa a jihar Kaduna duk mai tsohon kuɗi ya je ya sayayya ku gaya ma kowane ɗan kasuwa ya karɓi tsohon kuɗi Nasiru El-Rufai da Uba Sani da Isuue Bola Ahmed Tinubu sun yi muku alkawari in har an zaɓe mu wannan tsari za a canza shi a ba kowa iyakan lokacin da ya kamata.
That is El-Rufai publicly telling people in Kaduna and Nigerians that Tinubu has done a dehun. He has made a promise, okay, that he's going to cancel this and he was going to sack him Emefiele. So keep your money. Don't change any money. Don't listen to anybody. Don't worry anymore. This is a republic now. We are on our own, okay? Now that would take me a little bit further to demand, or should I? There's something I want to show you. There is a new poll that came out that is prompting all of this desperation, okay? And there is something in their new poll that surprised me. And I don't know if that will surprise you too, okay? Religion, only 4% of those who want to vote are saying they are going to vote their candidate because of religion. 4%. Something that says something is shifting. But I'll show you the poll that is getting APC, really, really mad within now. That whoever are those sabotaging Tinubu within APC, they are hitting the real chord within these guys, and they are ready to bring the whole house down. So somebody just alerted us now that after the judgment, after the order of the Supreme Court that says that the deadline for your Naira exchange should be extended to 15th by the central bank. They said that Malamu, Attorney General of Nigeria, they said that he just made an announcement that the Supreme Court should dismiss the case brought by the three states. Three states, Kogi, Kaduna, and where are the three states who went to Supreme Court? Supreme Court. For Supreme Court to tell CBN to extend the deadline. Like, there's not even any courts before then. Somebody just said that. Now I say, well, if I say the Kaaba are also going to have to respond too. Now APC versus APC. Sure you get. And if they ask you, I know that a lot of people out of the frustration, they are already on the streets. No, we no go agree, we no go, you know what I mean? But if they ask you to explain that, Baba, what exactly? Me, I know the problem. I know that all the sufferings you are suffering are as a consequences of the APC versus APC, saboteurs versus saboteurs, enemy of Nigeria, enemy, your enemies. Okay, I know that. But some of you may be like, no, yeah, we are okay. Ask this guy. What's the shell? Go. In Abeokuta.
Because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure to what? Maso Yoruba. Pressure to what?
So that guy, that's the best he could say. However, I'll tell you the pressure. Pressure to Jegino, pressure to what? And this pressure, starting with the APC, who love to live in denial, live on propaganda, some facts are beginning to stare them in the face. And that's why they are saying, all of you on the streets, you are angry right now because some people within Buhari's government are making you to suffer more so that you can hate them. That's the propaganda. Do you see the framework of that propaganda? It's called living in denial. The next is going to be violence. Well, they are now organizing protests all over Nigeria, funding them, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. They will tell you peaceful here and there, okay? Then they're going to leverage on that and demand for, not just for the extension of this deadline, right? Even extension of your election, because everything done dabaru right now. I can promise you that. And this is one of the reasons why. A poll came out. This is it. It's called the Stears Poll. Now, you see, this poll says that if a lot of people go out on the day of your election, let's say a lot of people turn up, Peter Obi is going to beat Atiku, beat Tinubu, beat Kwakwanso, no even day. Now, this is something that is shocking. And this is giving the APC that the only way is to maintain the structure that can guarantee them anything is to make sure that they fund that structure enough, and they may feel it's a trouble for that, right? Now, look at the breakdown here. Something that is really, really bothering them all. Look at it this way. They said that Kwakwanso, right, is still the Ababa in Kano, but nevertheless, right, he's still yet to even make 25% if the election is done tomorrow, right? Now, here is where the breakdown is. They said Peter Obi appears to be the favorite based on declared vote. He is the most popular candidate, no doubt, okay? But according to them, none of all of these three, right, have been able to actually meet a threshold that can say any of them can win and win, like, you know what I mean? Because the numbers of those they said are undecided are even more than any tally of any of them, okay? But according to they say each candidate's share of the vote is estimated by looking at blah, 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 blah. I'm going to use the graphs, okay? Now, another one is, they said, respondents were asked, if election is to hold tomorrow, which presidential candidate would you vote for, right? Red ones are for Obi, blue are for Tinubu, Atiku is green, Kwakwanso is a blue, deeper blue, I don't know. And then a silent is a gray. Now, you see down on the screen, right? Now, when they put that together, they said that Peter Obi still, right? Then here is another one on religion. Where is I? So, if election is to hold tomorrow, which presidential candidate would you vote for, right? 43% said they will vote for, 43% Christians said they will vote for Obi. 3% said they will vote for him as Muslims. 3% Muslims said they will vote for him because of, you know, what do you call it? 9% said they vote, Christians said they vote for Tinubu. And 8% said they vote, Christians said they vote for Atiku. And then you know the number here as well. Now, going forward, they said that if Obi, as if you have potential, what they said that is likely going to force them into a potential runoff, something that you can call inconclusive as usual, right? And this is so unusual for a political party that was not in any way of reckoning in 10 months ago, right? Now, yeah. Anyway, you can read all this. I am not so good at breaking down all this stuff because I didn't write them anyway, okay? However, this also correlates with what El-Rufai said, that Peter Obi will never get more than, will never get 25% in more than 16 states. Where did that come from? From somebody that is supposed to be a Nollywood actor, somebody that is just acting. Abi, I'll take you to Kogi. Kolu was there today. And it all started, hang on, where is that? Yeah, it all started from this all. And I want you to listen very well. Apart from the comical relief of what he had to say, please, I need you to listen to some certain things he said or he's going to say in this video. And then you can pay attention to the tension within the day's accounting. Let's go to Kogi Government House, where Kolu was a guest of Yeye Bello today.
On your mandate we shall stand. So you go down.
I also delight with that Your Excellency, the expected
Okay, just
of this state, the right now. Thank you very much for a very easy introduction. To the majority and all members that the executive governors who accompanied us, please accept my courtesy and protocol as enunciated by the government. All other members of our entourage, please stand. Let me single out one of the native poets and song of this state, which paraphrase in Lagos. That is which made a fantastic job on the presidential campaign ads. But for the responsibility of coming to Kogi, we would have left him behind because he had so much work. To your Royal Highness, particularly the spokesperson, who is equally a Lagosian. I say thank you for accepting me equally as an indigenous son of Kogi State. With that support, I wait my spirit because you have accepted me. You have blessed me. Thanks. Thanks. I won't sit without reassuring you as echoed by the governor that this morning hope has been renewed. We understand the pain, the anxiety, and suspense you will have gone through over something that makes no harm. Simple change of currency that should go smoothly. But certainly sadly, little bit of frustration. But I am a son of a market woman. Who would have not survived without petty training of my mother?
Of the market woman. Well, I'll rather take you to the open space where you probably will hear you'll be able to hear him better. Okay, so let's go to the place where Yeye Bello organized for him in Kogi today. You remember Kogi palliative that they stole, that you discovered? Yeye Bello, ladies and gentlemen.
Our father, the next president, took a lead and made his stand known to the whole country. Everybody heard it clear. And he warned and cautioned about the consequences of such misapplication of such a program. And then some people decided to make cheap political capital out of it. And they said, let Nigerians continue to suffer. They said, let banks continue to close. They said, let our market women continue to suffer. And then some persons kept mute. They kept mute and closed their mouth because they are confused. They don't know where to go. But as all of us, the governors of ABC, have decided to follow the man where no road, the person where Sabi road, which is the next president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Isuue Tinubu. We went to Supreme Court, and by the special grace of God, today we have been vindicated. And the implication is that if you have new Naira, if you have old Naira, make you they use some corner. Make you they use some corner. Make you they use them, they go. You see, that is one of the good things that this city board is bringing for us in Nigeria. When we become president and when Kashim Shettima becomes vice president, money go there
in her campaign. That is Yeye Bello of Kogi, the criminal that shot his way to government house. Ta. Those who were against him, you either get killed and burnt, and your whole house burnt down. But look at him. Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is a criminal den. I mean, the criminals are den. So you get rewarded. If you are a criminal in Nigeria, you will be rewarded. Just make sure that you pick your camp carefully. That is what that guy is. Kogi people. You know that all he said there was because of the assurance of what they have done with Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court was supposed not to have any jurisdiction over such. They don't even get that chance. When they say no chance, they call it issue 15 inside the exclusive list. Exclusive list is exclusively for the executive. And our executive is the one that is in charge of the central bank. We're not in charge anyway, but I mean, you get what I mean? Like, it's meant to be independence of them, but it's from the branch. So why would you bring court and all that? You know what I mean? It's mockery. It's APC. It's what they do. But did you hear where he said that? Oh, yeah, man, no, yafu. Now, person will know they print money because according to these guys, with the way things are going, it will get to a stage whereby they would have to bring out all their stolen cash and stashed away. They would have to bring them for their people in their states as demand, because Emefiele said they have withdrawn almost 2 trillion naira old note back from the circulation. So this guy would need to pump out their own 2.9 trillion that they said was missing. So they will need to pump them back, or they will need to change their constitution so that Tinubu can sack central bank governors whenever he likes. You get what I mean? They can do it. I mean, it's APC, Egbe. But until that is done, whatever Yeye Bello tells you is just for campaign. It's just for talk. No, could they spend them yafu? Are you with me? Because when they want to buy you on your day of your election, there will likely not be any new Naira note to share. Yafu. So they are preparing you psychologically, mentally, and they are pursuing legal means to make sure that they legalize their illegality for political gain. They can turn this around, but about 2 weeks is a long time. 24 hours in politics, they say, is a long time. Now you still have about 2 weeks before you will know if you are going to have an election or they're going to postpone it. But until then, these guys can do anything. They can turn anything around, or maybe they can't. Maybe they will just make it worse. Maybe by making it worse is what is going to work for them. Who knows all the plan? Nobody knows. But at the end of the day, be like say, the shege just the start. Because they will need to bring the money out. And they can't bring the money out. The one they may feel they said is already withdrawn. So which one are they going to give to their people when they tell them that they should continue spending money that you can't even access? But Kolu was there as usual to add to the comic relief. Let's go back to that Kogi.
And the people of Kogi, I say thank you very much. All other governors and members of our party who had followed him down here, but the greatest thanks and joy and respect go to you, the people of Kogi, to manage to get to this stadium. How you get here? How you mobilize yourself to be here? You are my forever respect. God bless you. God bless you. You are great people. You are very honorable people.
Thank you, sir.
We come only to thank you. We thought we will meet. We will meet at empty stadium. Oh, here you are, full of joy, happiness. You are waiting for us. Whether you walk, whether you cry, whether there's boss or no boss, or motorcycle. Of the African, you got here to welcome us. God will forever honor you all. God will forever honor all of you. Let me now assure you, this is your sacrifice.
That's Kolu. I mean, he's either praying for you or he's hallucinating on the stage, saying things that are, you know what I mean? But wait for it, okay? This one.
I thank you many times over and over. There is no determination.
It is smoky Igbo. It is taking Indian.
I thank you many times over and over. There is no determination. I want you to multiply it. On the 25th of February, there is a vote for president, for senator, for House of Rep. It's in your hand now. We just only come to remind you that whether the keke, whether the pepper, whether the bicycle, whether the canvas, you will go there in the morning, cast your boat, be vigilant, and say, I have done my best. I have done my whole. I have voted. And I voted APC. Who is the next president? Who is the next president? Who is the next president?
When you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. But it's really difficult for others. It's kind of the same like when you're stupid. When you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. But it's really difficult for others. It's kind of the same like when you're stupid.
That's from Kogi. Who is your president? Jagaban. Who is your president? Jagaban. It's like somebody was saying that you will see that you see how we are going to shame you when Jagaban become our president. I'm like, every time anybody say that to me, I shake my head. Then I play this video.
When you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. But it's really difficult for others. It's kind of the same like when you're stupid.
Do you get that? It's kind of the same. But here is Kolu. I only came to thank your dance. Let's go back to that Kogi again, sir.
You and assurance. Those who are telling you that they are the other party. I don't want to mention their name. They even rejoice when you cannot sell your product. For me here, I am from the city. I am the number boy. Who is the next president? Who is the next president? Who is the next president? We.
Okay, this is the part. You know, he was saying something there that some people don't want you to sell your market, and he switched to, I am a son of a market woman. I'm a city boy, and all of that nonsense I said there. But it's called. Now he's saying something here to add to the confusion. He's talking about Ajaokuta, the same Ajaokuta that they celebrated that Ajaokuta roar back to life under Buhari. Femi Oponu Adeshina. Go and Google it. Ajaokuta roar back to life. Written by Femi Oponu Adeshina. Roar back to life, yeah, Baba. It was only inside the newspaper. Ajaokuta is as dead. But these fraudsters, every election cycle, Ajaokuta we shall come into the conversation. The Russians that have been in USSR, the Russians that built Ajaokuta, the technology of 1970, these criminals, till tomorrow, keep it as they said that Tifku sold it. Buhari bought it back, Niabi collected it back, and they have been using it as their own conduit pipe as well. So Kolu, confused, deluded Kolu, add this to her to it too.
You see, your hope is here. Ajabuda is represented and will be done.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking India.
Ajaokuta is resuscitated and it is done. I mean, it will be done. I don't know. Sorry. I hate it. I hate quoting Kolu. It's so difficult.
You see, your hope is here. Ajabuda is represented and will be done. Raising of River Niger will be done. Agriculture will be our means of livelihood and prosperity. In all Central, and so potential for great mineral industrialization, fabrication, energy building, and industrial development. I guarantee you, I know how to do it. I'm smarter than the candidates. You have done it before. You have done it before. I am the old runner, the better candidate, the man who knows the road, the man who knows how to develop money, the man who came promises, lie of 15 years of other parties, did not work for us. We say we change them. They want to take advantage of hardship. You will never see hardship in your life. You will never regret.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys, yeah? Is it just me? Was it campaigning or praying for them like a crusade? And were the audience or the people there, every time he said something, they were shouting, Amen, Amen. Or is it just me? No, it can't just be me. I mean, you are sitting down there right now and you are like, why are they shouting Amen, Amen? Why is he praying? He's meant to tell them what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, Abi. Which one is Amen? Like, Ami, oh, may God let you do, Abi. I'll replay that, sorry. I just couldn't sit back here just like, Amen, Amen. She Amen, ni mo ń gbọ́ ni Abi. Amen. Amen.
You see, your hope is here. Ajabuda is represented and will be done. Raising of River Niger will be done. Agriculture will be our means of livelihood and prosperity. In all Central, and so potential for great mineral industrialization, fabrication, energy building, and industrial development. I guarantee you, I know how to do it. I'm smarter than their candidates. You have done it before. You have done it before. I am the old runner, the better candidate, the man who knows the road, the man who knows how to develop money, the man who came promises, lie of 15 years of other parties, did not work for us. We say we change them. They want to take advantage of hardship. You will never see hardship in your life. You will never regret in your life. Your children will be greater and greater than all of you. You will see education that is flourishing. You will see industry that will develop for you. You will see progress made in Kogi. Kogi is our mineral center.
Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, amọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, afàìmọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, amọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, afàìmọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, amọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, afàìmọ́niṣẹ́ni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen. Amen. Because that's exactly what I felt like. He was telling people that are suffering, you shall never suffer. He said they want to take advantage. Is that not what I told you? They want to take advantage of your suffering, of your hardship. You shall never suffer. Omo, see people wait if Tinubu they pray for. My guy, wait till they share go.
Because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure to what? Maso Yoruba. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Because many people are.
Pressure ti wà everywhere. And that pressure, if you like say on top Kolu, they go take mountain. Pressure wà everywhere. And Kolu said they want to take advantage of that. And he's saying, you shall not know suffering. You will not know hardship. People, when they suffer, they tell them say they will not know suffering. And they are shouting, amen. Amen. And I think it was enough. Did you see those guys who quickly walked in to try and stop him before he began to talk nonsense again? Did you see them? That governor from, where that guy come from? That guy with white beard. Anyway, that's Kolu. But somebody who is also meant to be a friend of Kolu, this guy, has something to say just yesterday.
For helping a man to power is that you too must become president. Then Amechi has the same right, if not more. Amechi twice has been the Director General of the Buhari campaign. Twice. Spent money, sleepless nights, traveling all over Nigeria. You have an Oshibajo who is very calm, one of those who built the Tinubu image that we have today. You can see the man staying back and watching quietly.
Are you reading the situation right? Because, yeah. I mean, you pointed out the speech of I think you're referring to the speech of the governor's decision that they took, and also the speech he made, Governor El-Rufai made in Kaduna, when he says that the North will not go back on its own words. Is that what you're referring to?
No, it's not about the North not going back on its own words. It's about someone who is being opportunistic, playing a clever game. He knows Tinubu is not going to win. The race for 2027 has started. If you are not a politician, you don't know. These guys, they play in advance.
I just want to get...
So that's why I'm telling you that it's not about power returning to the South. It is about the ambition of certain individuals in APC who know that Tinubu will not win, and they are positioning themselves for 2027. But let me finish, please. Yes. Please, my sister.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They know that in 2037, you cannot win. No Northerner can win without the South, and no Southerner can win without the North. So their strategy, right now, suddenly, El-Rufai has become the superhero of the South, the one who is speaking that power must go back to the South. It is all lies. The truth is, they are playing the game. They know the man is going nowhere. There are too many reasons why Tinubu will not be president.
I don't want you to take him serious, okay? He's an Atiku man. But what he said about them playing the long game of 2027 is valid. Oh, well, that's going to be a conversation for another time without us digressing. So, while Kolu was in Kogi, Oshiomole was sent to meet, with the labor. And when Oshiomole got to the labor meeting, and he told them, I brought a message to all of you from Ashiwaju. The drama followed, just for optics.
Thank you so much. Incidentally, Mr. President, I mentioned to you that the candidate of the APC, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was meant to be here. But I also show you a program that had been prepared long ago in which he was supposed to be at Ibadan, or your state, today. And I ask you to please appreciate that he asked me to deliver his message even before. All right. Hello. Let me assure you, if you do not want his message, I will speak my own. Then I will speak to you as former president of Nigeria Labour Congress.
That's how bad it has become. The public is reacting to them now. And if things continue like this, they are going to have to take some drastic measures. They have to react in a way that will further expose them. And that's what I want to see. I told you that when these guys, if you want to see these guys pay for all they have done, starting with their disgrace out of power, you get that now. It will have to start from within themselves. And then before you know it, they will begin to tell us all the atrocities that they have really committed and covered up. Over time, they'll begin to mention names. That will be the moment of truth. The one that whatever they say then can never be taken back. Not in this day and time anymore. So that pressure, to me, that they are pressurizing themselves from within or sabotaging themselves from within, that they are now so scared that could make them even like lose the entire Nigeria, work well for me. Work well for people who want justice out of the hand of these rogues. They've done a terrible job. They are those who divided Nigerians the more. And they are not ashamed of it. They leverage on propaganda, lies, religion, division here and there. And they've done it for some time. But now, they would have to turn on themselves. And that's exactly what they are doing right now. Turning on themselves. Don't celebrate or anything, go. Until we begin to see the courts and all of that. Don't celebrate anything. They will bring not just themselves down, they will bring Nigeria down. And I think that is why the obedient are also desperate to further crush and press them. As I say, we'll press their neck, we'll press them, we'll crush them. Because if we don't, we are done for. And I agree with them. Either way, all of them work for me. You know why? These bigots, these rogues, if you squeeze them and get them more frustrated and the number is not adding up and they are facing the sabotage that they are facing within themselves, right? Then they will make further and further mistakes, okay? In making further and further mistakes, they expose their vulnerability. Now, by so doing, trust me, the last is going for them to activate their violence cells. They've got violent cells across Nigeria. The next would be to activate them. And if you are potent and then strong enough as a people, that could push them to this stage. If you are strong enough, you're actually going to have to like crush them once and for all. Because you know what they said? If after all of this, Tinubu managed to become your next president, so I don't want to scare you, but I beg, you go look at Buhari and you say, wow, Buhari, please forgive me for everything I did or said about you. You will see Kolu and the true meaning of Kolu. That's what they say. However, like I said, the joke is always on them. Let me tell you one story of this guy. This guy is called, It's called Adudu. He's a senator that has been representing Abuja, I think since 1999. Can you believe that? This guy has been in that same Abuja, representing them in the Senate for 23 years. But the guy is only known as more or less like somebody they can say is the owner of Abuja. This is him going to one of the communities in Abuja, the federal capital of Nigeria, after 23 years of democracy. No road, no motorable road gets there, nothing. And guess what? As they say all the time, you see all the Olori Brukus, these mad people that you call your politicians and then your leaders and the rest of them. I mean, they are so heartless. They are so cold-hearted. Like, they are so mean that there is no way your village, how far your village reach. It doesn't matter how far your village is or how many people live there. Ballot paper and ballot box go reach your village. But road don't go reach your village. Electricity will not reach there. Medical facilities will never get to you because your village is too remote. It's too far away. It's going to cost them so much money to build you a motorable road. Have you noticed that? 90% of Nigeria rural areas are unbelievably underdeveloped. Unbelievably. When I say unbelievable, I'm talking about there are like so many of them living in probably 17th century. There are communities within Abuja. Abuja Federal Capital Territory, they have never seen electricity in their life. Ever. Google them. They are there. So I just have problem with all the names. This particular community, some of you may know the community. And this guy, who is going to defeat him in Abuja? Here's the rogue going to meet one of the constituents that has been milking for 23 years. He just can't afford not to go and see them.
So you control it. So you control it.
No bridge, no nothing. Did you see some other people who probably live in this community crossing on foot at the far end of that video clip? Probably those they are mobilizing to join them in the campaign there. What is he going to tell them after 23 years? He's a PDP guy. 23 years of being a senator, representing those places, getting paid 30 million naira every month. That's somebody who is taking home almost 400 million naira a year. 400 million naira a year for 23 years. Do the math. Somebody said, look at his stomach. Well, you can just do the math. There is no how far, no matter how far your village or your community is, they will bring ballot paper there. They will bring posters there. They will come there and talk to you. But development will never get there because it's too far. Unfortunate people. However, the obedience were in Abuja, that same Abuja, today. And let's start from what I pick up on the streets when they said that Obi himself stopped that Maraba demand that has now become, they never saw him coming, no. None of you saw him coming. And it seems to be it's not seems, it's Poll that is the most popular presidential candidate right now. That one is a fact, and you can tell why. And you can also tell why APC, rather than allow this to happen, Nigeria would rather burn. But we'll see. This is Maraba Market in Abuja, where Obi was cited. And then it just became as usual. I told you, is Yakama, and from what they are saying, is pushing the establishment, should I say, their movement is pushing the establishment beyond what some of you can actually comprehend, right? Now, that same Maraba Market, right, finally when they stopped, as it was stored, this is what he had to share with them.
A new Nigeria is that year I have said to Nigerians that I'm happy you're taking it. Hold us responsible because we will secure and unite Nigeria. We want to end suffering in Nigeria. That's why we want to remove Nigeria from consumption to people are suffering and people are stealing public money. We want to stop stealing of public money. Any threat, anybody who has stolen public money, we will make it public. We want to end stealing. We are showing you of our commitment to make this work here. to ensure that our children will go to school, will build hospitals, will make everywhere in Nigeria. We're not going to change it overnight. We believe you. We'll show you of our commitment. We'll make it to start working. Those of you who are doing business, you see that businesses will change. Small businesses. We are going to take to support small businesses in Nigeria, and we will do it. Just trust us. We believe you. Since Nigeria was created, for labor. LP. Stay there until they can be voted. When we win, you will see a revolution. Since 1962, Nigeria got independence in 1962. Since 1962. All those who have been ruling Nigeria are those born, your party chairman, vice president, all of them are people born before independence. This is the first time, if you look at APC, chairman, presidential candidate, and vice, if you divide the average age, it's 70-something years. Chairman, presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate, if you divide their age, it's 70. If you labor, chairman, presidential candidate, if you divide their age, we are 55. This is the first time, 15 years younger. This is the first time chairman of a party, presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate are people born after independence. We want to now take charge because we want to build a new Nigeria. People are suffering, people are hungry, and people are not caring. This election will not be based on religion. It will not be based on my skin. It is your time to take back your country.
Was Abuja. And if you have to compare that to what they are planning for their rally in Abuja tomorrow, I think forget a political talk or what have you, okay? If you are a real politician, as part of the establishment in Nigeria, real one, you will be worried with all of this. Even though you may tell yourself, oh, we have structure, the structure. The problem is that you're going to have a problem using that same criminal structure this time. And the problem of not being able to use that structure the corrupt structure is coming from somebody who used this corrupt structure many times before, but denying the man in APC did the same. So that is the internal weakening, or should I say internal shanking or sabotage that El-Rufai and gang are saying they are working in favor of Obi. It's not even in Atifu's favor. Do you get that? I told you that Tinubu has been walking about. He thought that his greatest obstacle was to get the APC ticket. So he put in everything and he got it. So he started walking about like somebody who is just waiting for his own coronation. Like, I'm just waiting for my inauguration. Oh, I will just go everywhere just for the sake of just going. But 10 months after all of this, the numbers are not adding up. Do you not get it? 8 months after, it seems that the numbers are not adding up. And they suspected that Obi wouldn't have even be their worry or anything. Just like they will tell you right now that Peter Obi is not their worry. You are just that's not how politics is done. That is not how things are done. You don't look at that and say, you probably just fit in this person. Seriously, I am not trying to judge you. Sure you get. Or if you are smart, you're not going to ward this off with one hand and say, it's going nowhere. No, that's not exactly how your people are feeling. No, that's not how they are feeling. They wouldn't have worried about him. But do you know what they are more worried? That despite the fact that they should have everything working for them, despite the fact that they knew that the people hate them and they know, but they still believe that if they see money now, they go join. But surprisingly, somebody who is not giving anybody money is pulling his own crowd enough to give them concern when people start talking in areas, communities where they never thought people would ever raise that kind of a conversation around. Obi is working for whatever they are doing to Tinubu within APC is working in favor of Obi, and they don't want that. You need to admit that, even if you think it's nothing. Don't be daft. Come on.
When you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. But it's really difficult for others. It's kind of the same like when you're stupid.
I mean, it is what we are seeing, and I've told you that they are going to push and win. Nobody can predict that anymore. I'm just saying it to some of you who traditionally, conveniently, months ago, would ward them off. It's just a joke, Jerry. Where is he going to? Where? A lot of you are telling yourselves too that could something be surprising that's going to happen? Well, they have said it. They said that if a lot of people should come out, then Tinubu, El-Rufai, and the rest of all their worries will be justified, because you get what I mean? To stop people from coming out, you need violence, you need threats, then you need money. Do you get that? So if you can't get access to all of that, a week or 2 weeks before the controversial election, wherever anybody is telling you, they are just lying to you. You know something right now? Your election, if it ever takes place, is now left for APC, because you know Tinubu is no longer comfortable. If he pretends, he is not, and his utterances have shown that he is no longer comfortable. Things are not like they planned anymore. I'm just saying, whatever they are doing to them is working. Listen to this.
Orúkọ mi ni Usman. Mo wá láti ìlú Ọ̀tà, ọmọ Ọ̀tà ni mí, Ogun State. Mo dẹ̀ ń gbé láàrin Èkó. Iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tí mo ṣe, mo ń ta ọjà tẹ́, mo dẹ̀ tún ń dirun. Ṣùgbọ́n Èkó tá à ń gbé sí i. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó rọrùn fún wa ni. Torí gbogbo nǹkan kò easy láti rán ọmọ ní school ni o. Láti lọ sí hospital fún ara pé bóyá ó rẹ̀ wá, àárẹ̀ kan ló ń ṣe wá, ọjà àgbọn lára kò ṣe rà. Ọmọ mi ló pè mí sí pé Friday lọ́nà máa gbogbo tí mo dẹ̀ ní lánàá ni mo kó fún kó tó fi lọ school lánàá. Gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká rà lówó kéékèèké, ọ̀bọ̀ owó tí mo ní mo kó fún. Ó mọ iṣẹ́ pé tí n bá délé àwọn tí mò ń dájọ́ lọ pé kán yá mi lówó kí n lè fi sanwó school wọn. Àbúrò ẹ̀ tí ó bá tún ràn mí lọ́wọ́ náà ló ṣaláìsí ní yunifásitì ẹni. Ọmọ gateway polytechnic lòun wà ní sabotage ibẹ̀ lòun ti lọ sí school kó tó padà ṣaláìsí ní school wálé wọ́n wá kún ọjọ́ kẹta so ìyẹn ló sọ pé kí n má wọ̀rí ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ òde lọ sí school ṣùgbọ́n tó dẹ̀ ti pé olórí fọ́ọ̀mù ọjọ́ kẹta tó dé kọ̀ kò wá sí olùrànlọ́wọ́ kankan àpọ̀ náà lè kò ríṣẹ́ ṣe tó àwọn ní gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn yìí eléyìí náà mo ti kọ́ máa lọ school mọ́ but tó ní kí jẹ́ kóhun try òun ló tún pè mí sí pé owó school wọn ní Friday lè máa end àbí tí fẹ́ẹ́ sáré pé màá tún lọ bá àwọn èèyàn kan jọ kan ṣàmì kan yà mí lówó tí bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ àti àpadà fún un. Àjọ nítorí ẹ̀ la ṣe ń bẹ ìjọba ilé tó fẹ́ bọ́ sí i kọ́ lọ́ọ́ ràn lọ́wọ́ kó bá tún gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe kó ṣe é ṣe kó má ṣàṣetì kó ṣe dandan pé kó jẹ́ èèyàn kan pé àbá Haúsá ni àbí Yorùbá ni pé ó máa ṣe tó yẹ pa máa lè rìn ìlú dání lè rìn tó máa ní amówó ẹrù wa ká mówó owó abalọ́ra kan ní ìdúmọ̀tà bá ń bọ̀ nílé wọ́n máa fẹ́rù sẹ́yìn lórí alábàárù wọ́n máa gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa ni dání lè rìn gbogbo àwọn APC wọn bá mi mo ní mo ti gbọ́ PDP wọn ní kinní kan ní mo ti gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n mi ò ní dìbò mi fún wọn Labour Party wọn ti ní Peter Obi ni wọ́n máa dìbò fún ọ̀nà ọmọ Ìgbò ni kóun náà tiẹ̀ try mo dẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ pọ́lọ́ máa fi ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run kò ní ṣàì.
So that's a Yoruba woman who is expressing everyday experience. Sorry, our own everyday experience in what is today's Nigeria. And you heard her story. Millions of people are going through that same thing. They will tell you, Yorubas are always going to always support Yoruba. Don't let anybody lie to you. The situation in Nigeria has become so critical to the point that you are just a fool. That they know you are a fool. If you are flying the flag of I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, I'm Hausa, I'm this, and then you are picking side with politicians in this regard. So that's why they said when they did their poll said only 4% of people actually feels like they're going to be choosing who is going to be their president based on a religion or tribe. Again, I am only just pointing out things that are in the possession of your politicians, the roguish APC and PDP in Nigeria. And if they tell you, no, it's nothing, they are just noisemakers, social media, this or that, well, they are not telling you the truth. And because they are not telling you the truth, they're going to come out soon and they're going to be blazing hot and repeating the same thing they told you not to believe. Then they're going to pass the blame on somebody else and say, the reason why that is happening is because somebody was doing that to us. So that is why Peter Obi is this or that. So Nigeria atibaje. That is it. And it seems that, I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they are doing it, right? If they don't postpone this election on the request of all these APC, Egbekegbe governors, then you may have a riot that is going to be funded and ignited by these rogues that will eventually force their hand to change it. All of these are just to tell you things are not adding up anymore. The confidence they had, or the usual confidence. Somebody said Atiku is your next president. Well, good luck to all of you. But the data available is not showing that. And that is why initially they said that they were going to move the northern Nigeria towards Atiku because they want to keep the power in northern Nigeria. Oh, they are deceiving Tinubu so that they can vote for Atiku, a Muslim. But that one can still be your old bobo. It be like say the whole thing is not adding up anymore. Are you with me? It got to a stage that El-Rufai said that Peter Obi is about to start religious war. Traditionally in northern Nigeria, they believe that everybody is Muslim in northern Nigeria. In fact, when they say northern Nigeria, they forget that the people in the middle belt part of Nigeria, right? They are not northerner. They are not northerners. But politically, they continue to pronounce them as northerners. Now that the report coming from the old places are now coming, and it's not what they expected. It's not for Atiku. It's not for Tinubu. Kaduna, where Kaduna Little Finger is coming from, is on fire already. No joke. Politically, So El-Rufai will need real state resources like the police, the military, the thugs, money, and every other thing to be able to perform the same jihadist he did, the jihadi he did in 2019. So if you don't understand why they are crying, I am just giving you the insight into why every one of them is crying. And the only way their cries could make any sense is to leverage on your own sufferings. But I don't think that is working. So the last is going to be, let's start chaos, let's start problem, so that they can, there is no election. That work in the favor of the likes of El-Rufai as well. All this work in his favor. That's where they said the tequila comes from. The numbers are not adding up. El-Rufai came out and he said, Tinubu want to start, Obi want to start religious war by waking up the Christians in northern Nigeria. Now they are waking up. Communities and all of that. You know what he said? Is it those Christian communities who are like fringes? Are those the one that will make him president? He cannot get 25% in more than 16 states. Why is he saying all of that to somebody that is not a threat? To somebody that doesn't have any structure? To somebody that doesn't have any house of rep, governor, or senate, or anything? It's because the numbers are not adding up. Let's push it there, okay? The numbers are not adding up. And if things continue like this, the rage that people will have against APC, is not going to be benefited by Atiku. You know something? From this Stears poll that they released just yesterday, it showed that Peter Obi is not just taking you obedient, you are already there, Abi. Peter Obi is taking Atiku's voters who are traditional. You know, when they will say PDP, we are PDP. Like we are not, no matter what, we are PDP. You know, all those kind of people. They said, and this ones will tell you that we are APC. Come rain, come sunshine. Their poll has now shown that Obi is not gaining just frustrated Nigerians who are like not in any political party. Is actually gaining people who are supposed to be PDP, APC too in northern Nigeria. And that is shocking. So they are now trying to cook together a propaganda that Obi want to divide northern Nigeria. Is making the Christians to go against the Muslims. Baba, that too is not working. So what do you think will be next? Violence now. Let's scatter everything. Let's burn everybody down. Christians hate Muslim. Southern Nigeria, Igbos hate Northerners. Very soon it's going to be more religious, more tribal, and they're going to put some of these blames at the doorsteps of the Igbos. I am saying this because it is also a fact. You won't believe it. Have you ever seen anybody in APC, Egbekegbe, from northern Nigeria, openly speak the heel of Atiku? I haven't seen. But have you seen so many of them who have said a lot of things about Tinubu from northern Nigeria? Whether as a member of APC or PDP, when they are talking about Tinubu, have you seen them from northern Nigeria when they speak about Tinubu, ill of him? Do you see horrible things they say about him, right? Have you ever seen anybody from northern Nigeria, whether in APC, that said anything against Atiku since this whole drama started? Anything at all, like what they have said about Tinubu? Right. Have you ever seen, or have you noticed, or you're going to deny that you haven't noticed the barrage of how everything they talk about, or anything that goes on, even within APC or PDP, they always look for a way to drop it on the Igbos? Have you noticed that too? Maybe you haven't. Buhari is the cause of all of this happening to you. He is the one in charge. He is the one. Okay? But he's from northern Nigeria. Okay? So when they want to speak, if they are from APC, what they are now doing is that they are now two things. I'll tell you. The first one, Emefiole from Delta State, is now called an Igbo of IPOB, who is doing everything to destroy APC. It was Emefiole that took Naira from 200 Naira to 800 Naira. This is what APC is saying right now. Wait, it's called who can you use as the scapegoat? And I've told you this many times, okay? Even when Fulani and Hausas are fighting themselves, In the course of them explaining why they are fighting, they will find a way of blaming an Igbo for it. You haven't noticed that in Nigeria politics at all. Sure. Don't worry. You will learn it. So, Emefiole printed 22 trillion naira and gave it to Buhari. But Igbo man should be blamed. And Igbo man with the they put together all the scrap metals that he just bought from everywhere, packing them all together to ship them to his own to his buyer in another city. Or the one that just received his container that he paid for through his nose. After passing through all the rigged, corrupt system in Nigeria, and now he just took delivery in Onitsha. But he's been blamed for the decision that Emefiole made in Abuja for Buhari. But Buhari is not being touched. Nigeria is poor, Emefiole. Emefiole spent 1.4 trillion naira on an Anchor's Borrowers program only for Emefiole to display paddy rice. But Buhari went there to commission it. A lot of them went there to take pictures. That's why I said a lot of horrible things they have done to you. Okay? They are going to speak of them, expose themselves, but you, if you are not smart enough, you will get caught up in it. Yoruba, Igbo, this or that, and the rest, you will get caught up in it because that is going to be the last baton. Now, they say the last stick, I've been a cane that breaks the camel's back. Everything works for somebody like me like that. Yeah, the chaos that they have bottled up, the madness that they have been kicking down the road like a can, you will eventually pick it up soon. Soon. That's what I feel like. So Emefiole is being blamed for the wrecked Nigeria economy, the indebtedness of Nigeria. Are you with me? And they said he has been misleading Buhari all this while because everything happening to Nigeria, right? They are not APC policies. Really? 2 weeks to election, 14 days to election. After 7.5 years, I beg, what is it? 365 days times 7. If 300 days is 2,100 days, 300 days times 7 years, that's 2,100 days, Abi. 65 times 7 years. That's where the problem goes. Shabo, shall I do the round figure? You realize that you are looking at about 2,700 days. 2,700 days. They were praising Buhari and they were telling you to endure. They said change takes time. Change takes time. When they milk you and you are nearly dead, they switch to next devil. At the end of the next devil, now they are looking back and saying, okay, everything that happened is not our policy. It's not even Buhari's policy. It was misled. By who? By Emefiole. The second one is the intentional mentioning of Tunde Sabiu. So that you think that Tunde Sabiu they are mentioning is a Yoruba man. So that when they want to deal with everybody in northern Nigeria for why Tinubu failed to win, or why Atiku failed to win, they can say Yorubas and the Igbos are the ones who did. You have see, this is not conspiracy theory. I'm not giving you conspiracy theory. I am giving you a perfect description of what is likely going to happen if you follow the trend of what these guys are already putting in place. It's all said. You can see it. Except if you are denying it. In 2011, the contest was between Buhari, Goodluck Egberejo Lantan, and who else? Atiku. Was it Atiku or Ribadup? Sorry, who was a candidate of ACN then? Was it Atiku or Ribadup? I can't remember. Either of them, Sha. Now, when the election was all done, for Bauchi, they started killing youth corpers. Youth corpers who worked for INEC. Right? They worked for INEC and they were accused of being infidel Southerners that rigged the election for Egberejo Lantan. Before we blink like this, pa. 470 something. Before we blink, boom, 3 times. They don't kill over 470 something people. From Bauchi to Kebbi to Gombe. They slaughter people. They say there's rig election for Igbere Jolantan. So if I'm telling you that if they are setting the stage, they are already setting the stage for what is likely going to eventually happen if they lose. So that, like Dele Mumudu said, they are setting the stage for something that is going to be in the future. It doesn't really matter if you don't see it that way. Okay, don't worry yourself. But the point I'm making is that I would love to see their desperation get out of control. You know, when you are so desperate and you lose control, there is no what do you call it? Level of mistakes that will never come with desperate people who have always been so comfortable in making people's life miserable. So the fear of being miserable push them to display their frustration. Their open display of their frustration will make them messian, make more mistakes, and make the mess of the whole thing. And the end result, you will break up Nigeria to save lives. I told you, the script is written. The criminals, it's like a bubble. Everybody's getting in, and the bubble is expanding, is expanding, is expanding, is expanding. Soon it's going to burst. When it bursts, sometimes you should learn their landing. Okay? So one of the things that worries them, I picked this up. Igboro ti daru already, yeah? But this, if children could vote.
If you know you want Tinubu to be the president of Nigeria, raise up your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, thank you. Hands down. If you know that you want Atiku to be the president of Nigeria, raise up your hand. Oh, Jesus. Okay. If you want Peter Obi to be the president of Nigeria, raise up your hand.
If children could vote. On the last count, I have something to show you. So, again, there is going to be a sort of a collection of all our activities, okay? My time is almost up, and I want to take calls. I hope I will take calls, okay? However, the team called the Yoruba Union, for what we do, we don't just talk about the problems. We are doing our best to also help, in a way, reduce the pains that Nigeria is actually making our people pass through. We don't have much, but we are grateful to everybody who put their resources together, indeed, especially to support our back-to-school program. I'll take you to Ibadan. I have shown you that we've been to Pobe, we've been to Yewa North, and we've reached out to people that have been that are victims of the Fulani terrorism in Yoruba land, and they were so grateful to see us, and we promised that we're going to see them again. However, we went to other schools. You remember we are supposed to take care of 10,000 school children in Yoruba land. Yes, that's actually our plan. And indeed, we have started. So far, so good. The last time we were in Ibadan. I'll show you that. Don't go anywhere. Don't change it. Just relax and watch this to let you know what, where is our advocacy taking us? Where have we been? And why is this even happening? Right? Sit back and watch this, please.
ṣe ń rí yín ó jẹ́ kí n rántí ìgbà tèmi náà dàbí ẹ̀yin mo ṣe ń lọ sí school and ó fún mi ní ayọ̀ láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ ò pọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ ni pé ẹ̀yin lògo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin ni future ìlú yìí gbogbo ohun tẹ́ bá ń ṣe báyìí ẹ máa fojú sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yín kẹ́ máa fojú sí kẹ́ mọ̀ kẹ́ lè dèèyàn ńlá tẹ́ bá wá dèèyàn ńlá tẹ́ bá débi gíga tán ẹ wá fi wúlò fún ògo adúláwọ̀ fún Áfíríkà pátápátá ìgbà táwa wà ní kékeré bí ẹ̀yin iléèwé ọ̀fẹ́ la máa ń lọ ṣóyè yín ṣé ń gbọ́ nǹkan tí mi sọ iléèwé ọ̀fẹ́ la máa ń lọ a kì í sanwó nǹkan táwa ṣe fún yín lè nísìn nǹkan tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti ṣe fáwa rí nígbà táwa kékeré náà ni wọ́n á fún wa níwèé ọ̀fẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n bá mọ̀wé láàrin wa dáadáa wọ́n á fún wọn ní scholarship àwa táṣọ wa ò bá dá ní wíwọ̀ tó a ní kí télọ̀ rán aṣọ míì fún wa wọ́n ti ṣe fún wa rí kékeré so ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ Yorùbá Union òun la fẹ́ ṣe fẹ́yìn náà padà òun tó ṣe fún wọn kékeré yẹn òun la fẹ́ ṣe fún yín padà we are giving back to you a rẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé a value yín gan you are the future of this country and you deserve the best and the good Lord will be with all of you. Clap for yourself. Ṣẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá tí máa sọ Yorùbá sí yẹn lè dáhùn very good ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ni mí àní inú mi dùn pé ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà lẹ́yìn náà sọ ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra yín. bí ṣe ń rí yín ẹ jẹ́ kí n rántí ìgbà tèmi náà wà kékeré tí mo wà ní school báyìí ìgbà tí mo wà kékeré táwa ní school báyìí yẹn àwọn kan máa ń wọ́n wá fún wa ní free gift wọ́n wá fún wa ní ìwé wọ́n wá fún wa ní scholarship nígbà yẹn gbogbo àwọn kìíní yẹn làwa enjoy gbọ́rí pé kò sí majority àwọn èèyàn ò ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó jọ mọ́ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ ni mo ṣe wò pé okay I should give back to you and àwọn èèyàn wa we are an NGO ni wá Yoruba Union lórúkọ wa ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ àwọn ó wà nílùú òyìnbó káàkiri àwọn lọ́rọ̀ mi sí yín ó ní kí n jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ni ògo adúláwọ̀ Yorùbá ni yín before you are a Nigerian you are Yoruba first àbí Yorùbá kọ́ ni yín so ó ní kí n jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni yín and you are valued you are precious to us ẹ̀yin là ń look up to because you are the future of the Yoruba race you are the future of the country and Ọlọ́run á máa ṣàánú yín á jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀wé yín dáadáa ẹ ṣàṣeyọrí ní gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ń ṣe and you be a great leader of this nation of Yoruba nation gbogbo àdáwọ́lé yín á máa yọrí sí rere and tí Yoruba Union wá bá dé tí Yoruba nation wá bá dé ẹ jẹ́ ògo adúláwọ̀ láàrin wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run nǹkan tó ní kí n sọ fún yín nìyẹn thank you for having me.
Your union shall continue to grow in leaps and bounds in the name of God. The Lord will strengthen you from those plannings of the nation. The protective hand of God shall be upon you. You will not run into any danger. You will go in peace and return in peace. In the name of the Lord. Thank you very much.
dúpẹ́ gidigidi lọ́wọ́ Yoruba Union fún takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe láti rántí àwọn ọmọ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa ń bíbáyìí láti fún wọn ní láti nawọ́ oore sí wọn. Ó jọ wá lójú, ó kún wa lójú. A dẹ̀ gbàdúrà wípé Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ti àjọ yìí lẹ́yìn. Àjọ Yoruba Union á máa gòkè àgbà sí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe ń gbúrò European Union, a máa gbúrò Yoruba Union. Nítòótọ́ kí n sọ, àkọ́kọ́ tí mo máa gbọ́ nípa Yoruba Union lélẹ̀. And rírí tí mo rí wọn ìbáṣepọ̀ tí wọ́n ní pẹ̀lú wa yìí, ó jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ yìí pé àjọ kan tó gíríkì ni. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa gbárùkù tì wọ́n nídìí. Wọ́n ní yiniyini kẹ́ni ṣèmí ni o. A yìn wọ́n, a kí wọn, a gẹ̀ wọ́n. Àmọ́ bá a ṣe rí wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó gbárùkù ti gbogbo Yorùbá nídìí. Pé wọ́n ń ṣẹgbẹ́ olóṣèlú kankan. Òun la ṣe fẹ́ sọ pé a fẹ́ kí wọ́n wá síbí tó tún wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́. A fẹ́ ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ yẹn kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ pàtàkì níbẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá ṣe ìyẹn tán kó má di pé a kó gbogbo ẹ̀ bọ iná lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Then a tún ní àwọn nǹkan kan tá a ti ṣàkójọ tí wọ́n ń pè ní quotable quotes, àwọn ìsọ̀rí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́gbọ́n tó jẹ́ pé tí ọmọ bá kà á yóò lè fún ní ìwúrí. Á dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó lè jókòó kalẹ̀ nílé ìwé kó ṣe dáadáa. A ti láwọn àkójọ rẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àti rí àyè àti nǹkan tí a lè fi kọ́ àti owó tí a lè fi kọ́ káàkiri ara ògiri tó jẹ́ pé táwọn ọmọ bá rí ó máa ṣí wọn létí. A nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ wọn náà ní apá abẹ yẹn. Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
Thank you very much, Princess and our team. They have delivered again. I can assure you guys, they've covered ground. And this was Ibadan 2 days ago when they were in Ibadan. And it was great. They've covered more areas. But for security reasons, we're just going to be bringing you the reports when we know that they are long gone from that part of Princess said, approach matters. Oh, they will not let you come to the school. The politicians will not allow that. They are going to sack them. We don't want to tell you how it went. I will let Princess come and tell you that the day she will show up here. You have no idea how much. She said it was like they have been waiting for us. They have been waiting for something like this. And you have no idea how much we have achieved with this trip. I'll tell you more later. Let's continue to put the data together. So, Princess, God bless you. And the team, when every time you want to say thank you, or you are sending thank you to Princess Balogun, I want you to please also say thank you, a big one, to the following people. That is Mrs. Olufolake Busari. That is the Yoruba Union head of education team. You get that? The Yoruba Union, the education team or education committee, or should I say education directorate for the Yoruba Union. The acting head of that today is Mrs. Olufolake Busari. And in that committee, where you have Princess as part of, we also have Alaja Olajire. Alaja Olajire, she didn't just participate in putting all of this together, she also gave a substantial donation towards this project. So every time all of you want to remember everyone, please remember them. The likes of Mr. Taiwo. Mr. Taiwo is also a very, very useful part of this project. A lot of people are still going to say thank you to a lot of people, okay? But I just thought every time you see Princess, who is our own fire blazer, fire. You know what I mean? She is an asset. I keep telling you, she is an asset. And we must keep her safe and protected as we plan. However, she said, approach matters. Okay? There are places, you won't understand, there are some states, they told her that don't come, don't waste your time, because you need to get this particular approval and that approval before they will allow you to. And she was like, I'm going there. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going there. Are you sure they're going to let you? Mayegun, I said I'm going. We're going to do it. I'll send you the clip when we are done. This woman went to with her team. Seriously, they went to those places. They got the job done. And the reception they received, listen to another part of this story, right? Some of the places that our team went, we never sent any prior notice. Like, oh, we are going to come tomorrow. They just walked into schools. And guess what? The staffs were welcoming them, accommodating, bringing the children together, organizing them, telling them about the children that need help, apart from this book thing. And we're giving our support to this. You remember the first part of the video you saw, where children were wearing torn cloth and all that, yeah? We didn't just show you that clip. We did offer support for those children as well. They were not part of our book sharing plan, but it's a contingency plan that we had to improvise and do. That's why I have to give credit to that woman, Princess Balogun, the Homeland Coordinator for the Yoruba Union. I'm still tracking them. They have done so wonderfully well. They are going after 10,000 school children. 10,000. And so far, so good. They've done some substantial number. And they are still not half done. Let's be grateful to them as always. So thank you very much. The other thing is that I was going to take calls, but I don't think we have much time to do that tonight. However, some people are suggesting that we should make she's there in the comment section, right? Princess. So do you want to say hi to us and then probably phone in? I'll stay back. I'll take calls, okay? Then before we call it tonight. So let me first go make myself another cup of tea, then I'll be back. So Princess is here and she might want to say hi to us. So if she doesn't, she has all the answers, by the way. She has all the answers. So I'll be back. Isuue. Princess, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening to you. And thank you so much for waiting, by the way. So you're back in your hotel, are you?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yes, we are. So we are back here. I just want to thank everybody, everybody on the platform, the education team. I want to thank you, Maigu, for bringing this on, It was an emotional roller coaster for me.
Bless you.
There were times people were calling in and I was, ad girl, babe. Strong woman, iron lady, strong woman in the gutter, strong woman in the mud. I wept. You really need to. There was a particular time, a 4-year-old. I think we were at Ibadan at the time. A 4-year-old was brought into the headmistress's office, and she had not eaten that day. She had not taken anything. She said, she was feeling somehow, and they touched her body. She wasn't running temperature, and she was asked that what did she have in the morning. That 4-year-old girl had not eaten that day. 1 p.m. in the afternoon, my ego. More videos will come. I know. There were so many of them without shoes. Either we like it or not, we have been totally captured and impoverished. When you get into a society and you see children suffering, then a society like that is totally finished. So telling them, pep talking them and telling them they are the future, there are videos that I told them to sing. They sang this, parents, listen to your children, we are the leaders of tomorrow. I told them I was taught that song in preschool. Yeah, when I was there, I was taught that song. But look at me now. The people leading me back then are still the one leading us now. We are not the leader yet, but we are old already. So I told them, you will not be a leader of the tomorrow that will never come. They all screamed amen. They were very happy. And I told them that they are the leaders we are waiting for in Yoruba Nation. Whatever it is they are doing, they should do it well and do it right. The nation will be a nation where the sons and daughters of the poor will be somebody without knowing anybody.
I like that.
We give them hope. We give them, some of them will grow away with that thing and live their life by it. That hope, that encouragement. The teachers are creating WhatsApp groups and, they are coming up with names and numbers and everything. We were bombarded with calls and messages till we got here. From the places we visited. We visited the special children too. Immediately we entered, a child was having an epileptic episode. We got to a place, a little child looked at me when I told them my name is Princess. When we were leaving, the child had this cerebral palsy. And he said, Auntie Princess, bye-bye. Everybody knew he was calling me. A 2-year-old. Saw a 5-year-old totally messed up. We saw people on the floor. We saw people on wheelchair. We saw people that couldn't talk. We saw the deaf. We saw the blind. We saw the crippled. We saw children with leprosy. My ego.
No.
At least the PTSD I got from this particular journey won't be going away for a very long time. I just need to go back to those children. I just have to keep going back to them. We have to tell the teachers to make list of children that are wearing dirty clothes because of what ọmọ aládé ni gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yìí ọmọ ẹláṣọ kì í wà kísà kí là kísà ń ṣe lára àwọn ọmọ yìí those children that we show that we put their pictures in the video that you saw this night we made uniform for them instantly èló ni uniform àwọn ọmọ yìí 2,000 naira ni uniform àwọn ọmọ yẹn 2,000 naira we made 11 for 11 of them.
Wow.
Majority of them were not putting on shoes. On the spot right there, I told them to call their tailor. And they did, and we made uniforms for them.
Right.
You see, when you don't visit this state, you won't know what is going on there. I say it with my full chest, yeah. Sheyi Makinde is the best governor so far in Southwest State.
Tell us why.
Yeah, they got free education there. Every other place, on Baba. They got free education in that state. They give them their junior WAEC free of charge. Sheyi Makinde gives them 6 books, 6 exercise books free of charge. He gives the private school too. If you don't visit these places, you won't know the work these people are doing. Every other state has been nothing. I say it with my full chest. Ondo State was the most difficult to penetrate. They said our governor said we should not allow anybody in because he is APC. Why should you monopolize a state? Why should you do a thing like that? My ego, people you le baleo. Their mind will never touch ground. Boy, why? I will only broke that is a thing. Oko le baleo. Oh, ti bag gbogbo le Yoruba je. Forget it. Oh, ti bag gbogbo je. Pata. Àwọn ọmọ latari ní school afun won we o.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we made them know that nobody is special or bigger than anybody. The fact that you're not putting on standouts today does not mean you won't be great tomorrow.
That's right.
You are all the same. You're special in your own ways. You'll see videos, Baba. Let me just go and rest.
Yeah, I'll let you go because there is still a long trip tomorrow. And all the best. Thank you very much, Princess, for
you're welcome. Good night.
We appreciate you, and everybody is already saying that in the comments. So that's a Princess who just stopped by to give us a bit of an insight into what it was like going into these places. I mean, it's so easy for all of us to see what they are doing, and then we keep the behind the scene of how they are actually doing them or how they get them done. We keep that out because most of the time, you don't, this car is just what you show for the great job done. And sometimes when it is not completely done, you probably don't want anybody to give you a premature sort of a praises. However, we appreciate everyone. And so, hang on, I've got somebody else on the phone here. Hello there.
Hello, Mayagun.
Hello, Ma. How are you?
You owe me some call or something.
You are not on hold, if that's what you mean.
I said you owe me. Oh, Jamie.
Oh, I owe you one call. You said?
Yes.
Okay. And that would be what?
As for maybe 2.5 weeks ago, Nipa one kokoti only omano number me ko me.
Right, and I think I said that quick about me fee message is but I just check. But yeah, thank God that you are back on. So Ma, check out the very
No.
All right, Ma. Anything work on that to establish that contact, Ma. She gets. But go ahead.
Thank you so much. Bani for everybody. Mama wa kekere
ati mommy everybody is fine. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, and I hope you are doing. We thank God. I hope you are doing fine too.
Well, I'm surviving. I mean, thank you. Thank you, ma.
O ṣé gan ni ẹ kú iṣẹ́.
Yes, ma.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní educational team wa títí dórí princess àti gbogbo group wọn tí wọ́n bá wa rìnrìn àjò yìí. Wọ́n ṣé gan. God bless their heart. God bless their home. God bless everything around them. Gbogbo nǹkan tó mí àti tí ò mí nínú ayé wọn, k'Ọlọ́run máa bá wa mí sí.
Àmín, àmín,
ìrìn àjò wọn k'Ọlọ́run ṣe ní ìrìn àjò tó máa lọre, tó máa borí ní agbára Ọlọ́run. Kókó kan ni mo fẹ́ highlight fún yín o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní tíìmù yẹn, mostly princess àti tíìmù tọ́jọ́ ń lọ káàkiri. Kán ṣọṣe ní time tí wọ́n máa fún àwọn ọmọ ní ìwé. Ṣé rí gbogbo public school tí ẹ ń lọ wọ̀nyẹn, mo believe wípé àwọn nǹkan kan wà ńbẹ̀ náà tí a mọ̀, tí àwọn kan mọ̀ ọ́n. Bí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí, ọlọ́gbọ́n ló máa yé, ọ̀mọ̀ràn ló máa mọ̀ díẹ̀. Ṣé rí tẹ́ bá máa pín ìwé yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ time táwọn ọmọ yẹn bóyá wọ́n ń jáde àti lọlé, kóníkálukú máa gbà báyìí kókò sí bàjẹ́ kó máa lọlé. Anything can happen. This is Nigeria. So ẹ má jẹ́ kí ó tún di pé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń pín ìwé yẹn, kó di pé ó máa ti di ó máa di ẹ pín fún àwọn ọmọ o, bẹ̀t kó má lọ bọ́ sọ́wọ́ alárùbọ̀. So ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ ṣe máa ṣe tó jẹ́ pé táwọn ọmọ yẹn bá gbà wọ́n máa kó délé, wọ́n á dẹ̀ kọ orúkọ wọn sí. Àyàfi ọmọ tó bá fẹ́ fún bóyá tí wọn ò tí ì dé school ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fún lára àwọn siblings ẹ̀, bóyá ó fẹ́ fún lẹ́yọ̀kan àti méjì, tẹ̀sí yàtọ̀ fún yẹn, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó di tó máa dọ́wọ́ alárùbọ̀. Torí before you know, ìwé yìí ẹ tún máa tún rí ní ọ̀nà tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ wò pé ẹ ti put a lot sí gbogbo journey wàhálà everything yìí, àfẹ́kẹ́ effort yẹn àfẹ́ kó bọ́ sí lásán. Wọ́n ìgbà tí princess kọ́kọ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀ sí, you could tell in her voice ó ti rẹ ẹni ẹlẹ́ni. Mo dẹ̀ wo àwọn picture yẹn níbi tí mo jókòó sí, mo dẹ̀ ń sunkún ni wípé ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá táwa ti dàgbà ni àwọn ọmọ wa ló wá di eléyìí. So ní ìgbà tí princess dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀, èló ni wọ́n ń gbórókùn múndíá Tádélébọ̀ tó rà níwọ́dì, èló ni ẹni tó lè bímọ tó lè rèsẹ̀ dé level táwọn ọmọ yẹn wà, èló ló ti ná. Àmọye tá a ná lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Tí ọmọ kan máa ní the uniform just 2,000 naira.
Tí ò dẹ̀ ní lè ṣe.
Tí ìyá ò ní lè rà á, èmi ò tẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá nísìnyí. Èmi ò sọ pé àwọn bàbá wa useless o. Bẹ̀tì kí bàbá kó tiẹ̀ tó sọ pé mi ì tí ì ní, ìyá mi 90% ìyá ó ti dúró. Màá ra o ẹran tí màá rán yín létí, màá gbowó mi padà o. Obìnrin mi á sọ dìgbà kan pé màá gbowó mi padà, mo dẹ̀ máa kọ́lẹ̀. So because àfẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa kó rìnrìn ìyà, bẹ̀ tó ti wá dé ojú ẹ̀ sìn. Fún màmá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó lóun ọmọ ọ̀tà, màmá yẹn tó lóun lọ́mọ ní kọ́lẹ́jì tó ní ọmọ kan kú, ní tẹ́tọ́ ọmọ kan kú, ìyá yẹn tún sunkún. How many la fẹ́ rán nínú ayé?
Mélòó bẹ́ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Mélòó àwọn èèyàn ló ń suffer bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn in silence. But
millions. You can imagine nígbà tí irú obìnrin yẹn tó kúrò láti Ọ̀tà tó lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí kó lè da iná ni. Ọmọ kan ó dẹ̀ fọ̀ṣọ́lẹ̀. Kírú màmá yẹn máa sọ fún yàn sí pé òun train ọmọ ní university. Can you believe that? Pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ Yorùbá tó lóhùn ta. Bẹ̀tì ó sọmọ fún courage ó ń ṣe. So how many 2,000 naira tó ti ná lórí ọmọ? Tí àwọn òbí wọn ò nílé afford 2,000 naira uniform. So wọ́n ti bà ilé ayé àwọn ògo ọ̀la wa, wọ́n ti bàjẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ní agbára Ọlọ́run, àwa tá a ní tó ń pè wá ní ògo nígbà yẹn, bí princess ṣe sọ, táwa ò rí, ẹ̀yin ò rí nísìnyí, bẹ̀tẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wa ni wọ́n là wá tí wọ́n àwọn ọmọ irú ẹ̀mí sìn àwọn ọmọ tèmi ni, because àwọn ọmọ tèmi no. So àwọn ọmọ tèmi nísìnyí òun nírú àwọn tẹ̀yìn sọ yẹn tó máa àwọn ládẹ̀ ń gbójúlé ń sìn pé wọ́n máa jẹ́ ògo fún wa lọ́la kó tó dojúdé bó bá dẹ̀ dojú máa di kó máa ṣe ẹ̀ dojúdé gan-an níbi tá a wà níbi tá a Ọlọ́run ti ta wá jí so kò ní di tí a nílé tó ṣàmọ́ so ẹ jọ bá a ṣe ń gbìyànjú wípé ká ṣe é kó dáa yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká tún wo eré àti mo sọ yẹn wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun o iṣẹ́ wọn ò ní bọ́ sí kò ní bọ́ sí yẹlẹyẹlẹ kò dẹ̀ ní bọ́ sí òfò àtowó àti wàhálà àti ìnáwó nọ́ra time òyìnbó dẹ̀ ń sọ pé time is money.
Kò easy bulldozer ni princess yìí I mean in fact gan ẹ wò ó long story èmi ìtúnìyẹn dáṣà mi sọ pé ìjọba bá máa gbé wọn wá tó bá ti parí gbogbo iṣẹ́ wọn tán ṣe get nsìn àti àwọn tó yẹ di committee ni o àti àwọn tó jẹ́ member àti princess fúnra rẹ̀ o a máa ṣe special program fún wọn ni ó máa jẹ́ special report gbogbo trip yẹn àwa share experience wọn pẹ̀lú wa it's not easy ma I'm aware it's not easy.
wọ́n ṣe gan-an ọlọ́run àtúbà máa fún wọn lápá ọlọ́run àtúwájú wọn á máa kẹ́yìn wọn.
àmín.
So I be expecting.
ẹ mọ̀ tẹ́ máa ṣe fún mi mo ń tọ́ láti wá nọ́mbà yẹn sí bọ̀ torí pé a lot of numbers ló ń pè àti go so lè ti sásá bẹ́ so bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe drop báyìí sí ẹ̀kọ́ ṣe ẹ lò sí mi or what have you.
tí má ti drop just within a second I will say hello.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and say hi to your family.
Yes, ma.
I wish you all the best, too.
God bless you, ma.
Thank you.
So I have another caller, Felicia Bernard. Thank you very much, Dale, for your generosity. I have a caller. Ken, is that you?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm good.
Brilliant. So, I mean, you want to be part of this tonight, which is great. By the way, so what's going on, sir?
Yeah, when I saw those pictures of those kids with ton of pants, ton of shirts, I just said to myself, my God, this cannot be happening in Nigeria at this current state.
I mean,
Jesus. I know that during our time, it was bad considering the fact that we used they call it in Akpoti. The slate
to
go to the chalk. But I would have thought that by now, at least it should be a little bit far better than what I saw. I literally
Ken, the reason why the reason why we decided that we had to do this was when we went to meet those elderly people in December, right? And we were sharing our message as usual. And then in few places, right, they started telling us that there are some families, right, that are that they are struggling, that to even give, that they have to send their children to what they call private school, but they are not private school, but they are just like not public school, okay? That they give 20 naira, 15 naira to their children every day as school fees. So they take 15 naira, go to school. If you can't afford that, you can't go to school. So people started saying that. I was like, is it that bad? And they're like, I said, what about public school? Public school is free. It was like, which public school is free? They are not free, because if you send them there, won't you actually have to buy books, buy all of that? But it's like people are now rationing the type of education their children will have access to, okay? So if I give you 15 naira this week, 250 naira this week, you have education this week, okay? If I don't have next week, then you stay home and hawk or sell something for your parents. This is not good for us. This is not what it used to be. If it has come to that, everybody better rise up right now, or else time bomb, that's what prompted us to start with.
So this is what I want to do.
Please.
In America, they pay us every 2 weeks. So I am going to dedicate a little portion of whatever I get. I'm going to dedicate it, and then whenever you are on your program, you will be posting on your chat the account or all
account details. I've got people who are even asking me right now that about the account details. Well, I get what you mean, Ken. I'm leaving that on the screen for somebody who just sent me a message right now. I may not be able to reply everyone when they send me a message about the account details and all that. But if you have a Naira account that you want to donate for us, that is the right one on the screen. But Ken, please go on.
Okay, so I will do. I will do that from now on.
God bless you.
I'm going to, if it's the last thing I do, I'll start doing that because, like me, whether it's from Yoruba, it's from Igbo, it's from anywhere, it doesn't matter. What matters is that that we can't have our people. I mean, this is
it is systemic. See, Ken, it is systemic. People don't understand that poverty is not something that nobody is born and said that you are meant to be poor. Nobody is destined to be poor. There's a systemic. See, there's a systemic process that are already there. There are millions of children, okay, who are going to pass through that system, no matter what they do. From their birth to death, they are going to be poor. It is the system. Now, if they alter the type of education children have access to or not have access to, right, they have denied them the opportunity to stand for themselves in this competing world eventually. Now, what does that mean? They have prepared them for the bracket of those who are going to live poor for the rest of their lives. Now, in that basket, Ken, you may see 1, 2, 3 that will jump out of it. Go get another, acquire better education somewhere and do well for themselves. But guess what? Millions of others, as they have been programmed. Now, Yorubas can't afford that. Nobody should be able to afford that and allow young people, as they are grooming poor people, so that they can continue to use them for power, takeover, leverage, and other things. But we continue to cry of poverty. And this poverty is mostly of the mind, Ken. That's why we said that if people have the right information, and their mind is liberated, this information doesn't have to come from the four corners of the classrooms. They could come from anywhere. We want to be that source too. If we don't do anything, we will be doomed, all of us. And like you said, it will not actually have to be Yorubas alone. A lot of us will have to face the consequences in the future. I want to play my part. That's why I'm encouraging everybody to play theirs too.
Yeah, I will. That picture and that video, I mean, that picture is it's very disturbing. But anyway, like I said, I will see to it.
Thank you so much.
Thing,
go on, please.
Yeah, the thing I want to bring is that just like you and I we discussed the other time, that this thing is going to be by season. As you can obviously see from the beginning of your program
tonight,
you can see that they already imploded. Anyway, the whole thing is imploding, and I forgive me for this language. It's like you are saying. Everything is appropriate.
No. It's like everything appropriate. Everything is yes. Means that the old society is now in trouble, in turmoil, right? And majority of the people in that same society have gone shoko mad. So everywhere is like a crazy town.
There's another one you use. It's called Madira.
That my guy. No, that one is for those who usually believe that they can pray their way out of the Nigerian politicians' induced trouble. Iwo Madira.
Pastor, pastor. Our mojo sticker ló show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Iwo Madira ìpápá ẹ̀dá jẹ́ ká wà Bible tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ pé sàgbétò àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ wípé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Iwo Madira ayé bàjẹ́.
Ayé bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. That is you. No press up. Oh Lord, nìyẹn. Like it's gone. It's true now. It's all getting there. See, Ken. I keep telling people, right, that politics is such a special cause that usually the experience in politics are not taught in classrooms. You have to learn them. You have to, experience them right there on the street there. Or you dedicate your time, which means that as it is, they may be telling themselves that Obi is this or not or that, but can we sense the vibration within the whole household right now, even if they are denying it? Can we sense the frustration as well? And would that eventually lead to the implosion? Something they said, if they can't have it, nobody will have it. The implosion of Nigeria. Now, what's the smell be that? And it's been a while I've said People are preparing for elections. I see people preparing for revolution. But again, if they see an electoral revolution, fine. But I see revolution. And the whole thing is cooking up now. Go on, Ken.
Let me give you the last intel. The intel is there is a red flag in Lagos, in Kaduna, and also I'm trying to remember the last one. There were 3 of them. Those 3 places are actually the BP, the center of gravity.
The nerve center. If you press them, you go see reaction. Or if they realize that they want to lose the place, then they will overreact. I get you.
Exactly. Yeah. So the intel is that once those 3 places, I'm still trying to remember the 3rd one. Once the 3 places has been lost to Obi, based on the intel,
that the game is over.
That the game is over. So
I will help you. There are 3 states, okay? Usually we call them we call 2 of them part of the 3 Kardashians. We have Kano, we have Kaduna, then we have Lagos. These are the 3 places that anybody who is a member of PDP or APC or their sympathizer, if you convince them that they will lose these places. What do you mean? Are you joking? That's impossible. Where is that going to happen? Now, let me tell you other fear that I chose. I didn't want to say it. I'm going to say it now that I have somebody who can discuss politics with me like Ken, right? One of the worst fear that is actually making most of them in northern Nigeria, especially El-Rufai and gang, to really feel jittery right now, Ken, is because how do you think they are going to explain it that an Igbo man won an election in Nigeria and they voted for him en masse from northern Nigeria after they have used all of their lives to tell the people to hate Igbos, and the Igbos cannot be trusted and they can never lead Nigeria? Then every poll is saying an Igbo man is going to come and be the president. Do you not see the trigger there? Do you not see the reaction? The reaction is not about if he's going to win or not, but the thought of it, the possibility of it, is actually getting them paranoia. Imagine somebody saying that Tinubu will lose in Lagos. Which poll you want to give to somebody like this in Lagos Abobaku that will agree with you that Tinubu will lose in Lagos? To who? To Obi? All these things are triggering them. Why? Because it's not just things that you and I read. They are reading them too. Alai, Ken.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're correct. So
they are saying them too.
Last before I go, I wanted to please also focus on the implosion going on with. I know you are doing that anyway.
Right.
The implosion going on with APC now. Remember that Ajatu, Najatu, or whatever that.
Najatu, Mohammed.
Remember what she said during that Arise interview? When even after the caution, she was still spinning the beans when she was talking about Buhari's wife as member of the cabal and the cabals in the Aso Rock and all those things.
I know.
Remember that El-Rufai did not want to mention the name before the woman started talking about one of the cabal is Aisha Buhari and the rest of it. Now, the issue here is this. Buhari endorsing Tinubu during that, is it that Nasarawa something?
The Nasarawa trip,
It was just to do face saving, just so that it doesn't look like there's the truth of the matter is that the game is on. February 10th is actually where that deadline is still going to stand. That's 15 they're talking about.
Do you see the confusion here, Ken? Do you see the confusion? Yeah. Which other people should please pay attention to? Okay? These guys are finished. They have finished Nigeria. Let us first admit that. Even if they are trying to pass the blame from somebody to another, there is problem ahead, wahala ahead, because now the central bank says the Supreme Court cannot tell them what to do. That's the latest right now, Ken. Okay? So they are not extending it from the 10th of February. Now, if anything happens in the next 48 hours, okay, and they extend it to that's what Supreme Court is saying, 15th of February. Now, here is the chaos. The people that went to the Supreme Court are asking the Supreme Court to order that the new note and the old note should exist together in a Nigeria where they are battling with fake money already. Now, what happened is this. People will now begin, they will have money, but nobody will take it from them. People will no longer trust the old money anymore. They will be able to be skeptical about the new one. Now, in that state of confusion, what do you think will happen to their economy for that moment? Now, these guys don't really care. Let's agree. They don't really care. Okay? If they do care, people, economists right now, they will be doing the math. The economic loss that this imbroglio is going to cost Nigeria. Economic loss. But they won't do that. Okay? They are mostly going to be so concerned about the emotion of enemy of Buhari, enemy of Tinubu, why they themselves will continue bleeding. So yeah, wahala day and the confusion never even starts as we are talking right now. It never even starts. If you give anybody 1,000 naira old notes right now, they won't take it from you. They won't.
Yeah.
But they are pushing that they should leave the money indefinitely. So you have two money in Nigeria, old note, new note, something that never happened before. Baba. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marigo. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for opening another vista to this conversation around there. Okay, I appreciate that. So I'll leave Ken. I am also going to call it tonight. Okay, it's been a long one, maybe not long enough. However, I am imploring you to excuse me, like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe onto my channel if you haven't as well. And share this. And I'm going to see you some other time. I don't know what happened earlier to everybody watching on Facebook. Somehow they just sent a signal that they could no longer link up with the Facebook. So glad that the rest of you who stayed back on YouTube did see this to the end. So I appreciate that anyway. So thank you. I am going to see you some other time. To everybody who wants to support our back to school project, which indeed is going on steadily and steadily. Yeah, we want to say that is the details on your screen. Every penny you put in the account will be delivered. I can assure you of that. And every kobo you put in there will get to those in need of them. We have, let me say, we have a trusted people, a trusted team, and a trusted team leader. Accountable ones indeed, that are handling all our assignment projects and all that. So you can bank on us. You can count on us. And I think I have, oh no, I am supposed to call it a night, but this is Mr. Taiwo, one of the members of the education team, a senior colleague there in the Yoruba Union. Sir, you have just 2 minutes. Can you use that? Well. Yes, sir. Ekalesa. Any 2 minutes, shall load that or cancel the next time. God bless you, sir. Now you are live. Everybody going straight away, sir.
Actually, I've not been able to monitor the program since you started. I will later.
Right. Hello. You can possibly watch that from the start, but yeah, go on. Sir, okay,
so all
right,
so
clear.
my
sir. Yes, sir.
General,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
If we don't do this thing, no one else is doing it. Do you reflect, sir?
I do remember.
Thank God we have started and we will not stop.
No, we won't.
And like Ken said recently, the more we do, the more people will realize how things have got spoiled. We never got a country. We never had a country. I can tell everybody, and I can prove it with every fact.
There was not even a country. This is not like there was a country. There was never a country.
We never had a country. We never had a country. Let's deceive ourselves. But we have started. We will continue.
Yes.
Hello, General.
Sir, I'm still here.
We have started to continue. So we will do more and God will help us. So happy night, Trace.
God bless you, sir. Mr. Taiwo. That's one prominent member of the Yoruba Union based in Mexico. That's one thing about us. We've decided to actually do build a sort of a global community that's knitted and closer to themselves. And the job is being done by those who are helping to put the the foot soldiers in place and give them directive of how we operate and where they fit into all of this in order to help us deliver our own assignment. Our own mission is peaceful, it's collaborative, and it is community oriented. Okay, so I have been briefed that our next project, which is that of the global community, we call it Yoruba Union, global community meeting or global village meeting, where all our people in Yoruba land will be able to link up, connect with all Yorubas who are part of the Yoruba Union twice a month. And it's going to be like community meetings where everybody back in Yoruba land will end up meeting everyone who is not in Yoruba land right now outside, who really want to hop in and then do something. Impact. We want to build a large community. Okay. I've seen a lot of people saying that we should just prepare some new uniforms and give it to these children. Now, our purpose, I'll tell you something, okay? The purpose of our mission is to make sure that while we try to establish the grassroots our mobilization and education orientation, and for all those other stuff, yeah, within the grassroots of Yoruba land, in a way that an average person in Yoruba land actually understands the reason why, if they are called to stand up for Yoruba nation, right, they are not going to be asking why, because they already know. Okay, so, and at the same time, for them to be able to trust us that the journey is that of all of us. Everybody has a role to play. Those who are home and those who are outside, peacefully, no war, no fights, and all those loud matter nonsense on social media. Okay, it is methodical, it is a systemic, and it is like you know what I mean. It's a process. Trust the process. Wait for the reactions when everything finally link up together. So putting in the work, as we can see, is part of our own effort to make sure that when the time is really right, you who are currently not in Nigeria, we are able to connect you back to the reality that is back home in Yoruba land. We are going to do this on almost everything. When it comes to security, when it comes to food production, when it comes to job creation, when it comes to what else again? Education, health. Trust me, we are going to be interested in everything of every day to day life of our people. How can we impact? How can we make a difference until we get to what we get? I mean, until we get what we want. And what do we want? We want our people to know that although Nigerian politicians who happen to be also Yorubas, they don't mean well for them. Or even though they are never given options, we can be that option. We can build something together, something that is bigger, because Yoruba land is bigger than any politician in Yoruba land. All of them put together, they don't reach tiny bit of it. Now, it is just for us to make sure that the Yorubas actually know this and that they can trust themselves. They can trust their ability. When the time is right, we will sweep the entire town. But until then, let's give credit to those who are joining us. We want to link you up, add your expertise, add your experience, join your resources, reach out to the people who never believed that any of us could actually reach out to them. Let's take advantage of this, because even if Nigeria is going to explode, if we have no real ground control, as it should be, it will eventually, Yoruba nation will eventually fall into the hands of criminals who are escaping from Nigeria. So you need this education. We need this groundwork, and we are not in a hurry. So to say, if I say we are not in a hurry, I mean we are not in a hurry to impress anybody. We are not in a hurry to prove anything to anybody. Ours is a process, and we will believe in it. Like I told Princess, I said, we will make mistakes. It's because we are ready to. We'll make mistakes in our approaches. We'll make mistakes in what we do, but we are going to learn from our mistakes. Our mistakes will never drown us. And I love people who are ready to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. I'm not looking for saints. I don't want the perfectos. No. Once you have something to offer and it's genuine, sincere, you are welcome on board. Okay? And indeed, together, we can make that difference. So the theory or the approach may be strange to some of you, but it's not strange. Just wait for the results, which is going to be sooner than you can imagine. I'm going to say more than that. So, Princess, thank you so much for all you have done. and all you are doing, all your team, everybody in that team, your safety and everything that you put on the line. We know, we see them, we smell you, we feel you, and we are proud of you, just so you know. And then every way, all the way, or let's say all the way, every way, to wherever you're going, we are going to be step by step beside you. And you know what I mean when I say that. I am glad that I have such. They said that it's leadership traits, and I said, oh, well, that sounds good. I've got that conviction that a lot of people who actually listen to Mayegun, follows Mayegun, right? They trust Mayegun. And indeed, if I say we are every step of the way with you, they know that I mean that. And I'm so happy to all of you who made that statement. Really, really a powerful one, I'll say. Because if I say we're going to do something, there are people behind this voice. Trust me, they make my voice very powerful. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to all of you. I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Stay safe and always stay in touch or keep in touch. Tomorrow is another day. So thank you and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ìpẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.